We came to Philadelphia to experience some of the special exhibits and events created for America's 250th birthday. And our first stop was the Universal exhibit at the Franklin Institute. Was it worth it? Let's find out. Okay, as part of our trip here to Philadelphia, we are doing the things that Philadelphia has planned for the 250th anniversary. We are getting ready to go into the Franklin Institute, and inside the Franklin Institute they have a special exhibit just for the 250th, and most of the events and the exhibits in the museums are running for the full year. The tickets right now are $29 for an adult. A teen, that's anyone from 13 to 17, is $25, and a child would be $23, and those are the folks who are ages 3 through 12, and members are free. Now, the tickets that we got are a combination set, so that will be the one to the right there, where we are also seeing the Universal exhibit. The entrance to the Universal exhibit is timed. Okay, we are in the Wondrous Space, which is sponsored by Boeing, and the Franklin Institute essentially is a science museum. So we're going to look at some of the exhibits that are here at the time that we are here, and then we're going to go in and check out the Universal exhibit. Oh, there's your rover there. So with this one, you're trying to move your rover around on the moon's surface. So as he's moving there, we can see it moving here. And then over here, they have a little exhibit on propulsion and how things work in spacecrafts. This one is all about the rover that is right above us right here, and the different components of the rover. So he just touched mobility and the wheels lit up. Okay, so this one is about how astronauts sleep during their journey to Mars. And this is, excuse me, a sample bed. And apparently, it looks like you have to weight yourself down so that you don't float away. But if you can get some rest, you would lay on something like this. This is called an astronaut bunk, and they are about 7 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet high. And so this is all about how you grow plants in space. So far you have a tired astronaut and a moderate plant yield. This is not going well. The sports zone is right here. Nice. Which one can you get? 7.
Hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is something special.
Right. Next up is Sir Isaac's Loft. What about the next one? Can you do 75? What about 150? Oh. No. Here we are to do the Universal Theme Parks exhibit.
From historic beginnings as a groundbreaking movie studio to the creation of epic theme park destinations around the globe, Universal has constantly pushed the boundaries of entertainment. The adventure begins back in 1915. Carl Laemmle opened what was called Universal City, a place where the public could come to see film sets and witness movie making firsthand. Following in their horror legacy, they created the revolutionary Halloween Horror Nights, the first of many new marquee events. These annual experiences were just another example of their relentless innovation. And through the years, Universal has brought this maverick spirit around the world. Now millions of guests at new parks around the globe get to experience this unique brand of cutting-edge storytelling every day. Every Universal project has been building towards the grand finale of the tour today, Universal Epic Universe. This groundbreaking new theme park reimagines what a theme park can be with jaw-dropping, immersive worlds of wonder and excitement. And now you get to explore Universal's Maverick spirit yourselves. When the tram door opens, you're invited to step behind the scenes and learn about the teams and processes that bring Universal's projects to life. And in the end, you might just find your place in the future of Universal's story.
So excited. All right. Blue skies, big ideas. This end of the exhibit is all about storyboarding and how that works, and explains to you what a storyboard and storyboarding concepts is like. I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna do family of all ages. I'm gonna do fair, and I'm gonna do dark ride. What do we get?
Sounds like King Kong.
Sounds like Monsters Unchained. Let's see. There's my big idea. All right, and so here is some of the concepting for Dark Universe. Gotta tell you, I absolutely love Monsters Unchained, so you're gonna hear me talk about Monsters Unchained on repeat. Here's the Cafe L'air des Sarines, the mood board for that. This shows you how they concepted and developed the mood and the feel and the atmosphere of that restaurant. And then here is the sheet music for Learning to Soar, and then the whole soundtrack for the Dark Universe area. And then before they build anything, they do a little bit of a testing with 3D modeling. And so these are some 3D prints that they did for Constellation Carousel, which, by the way, if you get a chance, it's an absolutely beautiful ride, and I highly suggest you ride it at night. And so here we are in the Wizarding World once again, and here is a scenic drawing board is what they call it. It shows you the scale of the facades in that particular land. Where's my power-up band? Super Mario! Here's a coin prop, and here is a red shell prop as a for instance. And look at this dinosaur. This was or could be an animated figure, so we have the skin here that they've put it together, and this is for Jurassic Park the ride. And then they show you some more 3D printed models of raptor heads and how that works. And then look, there's Max, the animated figure. So this is from the ride that is out in the California park that we unfortunately did not get here on the East Coast, but hopefully we will one day. And here is, it looks like the skeletal area for the bunny in that very same movie. Oh my goodness, look at the sheep. Okay, so he's about to animate this figure. Look, the head's moving using the joystick. Okay, oh look, the eyes are closing. Head tilt. Is that the side eye? So, okay, can you open and close the mouth? Yes. Now here is a step and repeat for Villicon. I have not had a chance to ride this ride yet. Last time we were down there, we focused on Epic Universe. So this shows you storytelling through movement and how you can animate through essentially stop motion. So you move the figures and pose them to show different emotions. Okay, here we are going to run a projection show. So we're going to go ahead and help animate the show. And then what happens when you hit next? Okay, here we go. Now pick your projection. Okay, here it goes. Here's your animation.
I wasn't aligned correctly.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, look. All right, so Paul tried it. It's an incredible show. The projection mapping plan transformed the building. Cool. What is this device?
Roller coaster.
A roller coaster wheel that would go on the track. Oh, I see. All right, so this section is all about ride vehicles and particular roller coasters. This tells you all about the lift hill, the crest, the track spine, so that you know all of the names and what all the things are called for the roller coaster. They also show you the guide wheels, the stop wheels, so that you understand what equipment is being used for your ride vehicle. And here, of course, is Hagrid's motorbike. So, it's all about physics. It's all about physics. Oh, physics isn't physicking? Oh, maybe it's not about physics. All right, we're going to try it again. There we go. That's how you get a roller coaster going. All right. Like going faster, ready to climb higher than ever before? These rides will get you going. So this tells you how fast the roller coasters go and the height. So Jurassic World Velocicoaster goes at a top speed of 70 miles per hour. And it's 155 feet tall. That's the highest point on that ride. Then Rip Ride Rocket, may it rest in peace, used to go 65 miles per hour, 167 at its height. The Flying Dinosaur, this is in Japan, 62 miles per hour and 151 feet. Then you have Stardust Racers, 62 miles per hour and 133 feet. Hollywood Dream the ride, also at Japan, 56 miles an hour, 144 at its apex. Then you have Hagrid's. Top speed there is only 50. And its highest point is 65 feet. Then you have Curse of the Werewolf. It has a top speed of 37, but it doesn't tell you what the tallest point is on that ride. Then you have the Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. Now that's coming soon, and it's the tallest one on the board at 192 feet and a top speed of 72 miles per hour, which also makes it the fastest coaster. And then you have Hiccups, and that is 45 miles per hour and 50 feet at its tallest point. All right, so this is the one in Japan. There were two of them on that board. Oh no, I could never. I'm getting sick just standing here. It's not my thing. Not my thing. Look, I can't even hold the camera straight. Oh, it goes upside down. All right, over 100 years of fear. So now we're going into the scarier part of things. So here is a creature from the Black Lagoon, Test Head. So this is actually a prop from my favorite ride there, Monsters Unchained. This is a mummy sarcophagus. I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it forever, that is the best ride in the park. Absolutely the best. And here is the werewolf animated test figure. What's happening here? Is it alive yet? Adjust the lighting and sound in the laboratory to create the frightful experience mood for the scene. I added those sound effects. So this is Dr. Victoria Frankenstein's dress. Her animatronic is tall. Look at that. And then here you have some test props. So you have the Phantom animated figure. You also have the Dracula over there and the werewolf. Okay, I am going to design my own monster. I'm going to go with the vampire.
Can I have a picture of the vampire? 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 Can I have a
So it looks like we moved on to costuming and puppetry with Kung Fu Panda, Gingy. So these are the costumes for the walk-around characters. So they have a parade float model here. They have an actor's prop. They have a Minions Through History float. So this is a design for one of the floats. And in the background, it's showing you some of the How to Train Your Dragon show. And then here's a Mardi Gras costume. And what is this exactly? Let's get a closer look. This is a Terror Guard bike. And this is from Halloween Horror Nights. And here we go with Toothless. And this is a walk-around character costume, believe it or not. And here is a sign from Le Cirque à Canu out at Epic Universe. All right, and over here it seems that we have merchandise. So you have Jaws, you have Captain Cacao, you have a number of merchandise items here. The popcorn buckets in particular is what we're looking at right now. And the sippers. You have the Jaws 50th anniversary sipper from last year. And then you have a Minion popcorn bucket and a How to Train Your Dragon popcorn bucket. And it wouldn't be a Universal exhibit without a dedicated space to the Wizarding World. So you have the candy jar props up there. You have Newt Scamander's case prop. You have Candy Frog props down here. You have book props, which the books are really beautiful, intricately designed. You have character wands and merchandise down there. And then you have a wand box prop over here. All right, and this is Nintendo World, and this is what it looks like in the world where you're going to do your power bands. In a normal circumstance, you would punch up there and you would get some points. But this is not one of those. It's solid. And over here they have a Higgledy mannequin. So this was a prototype on how to dress Higgledy. And then we move over to the Death Eater masks. Venusia Crookerly costume. And Millicent Mengnold. So this would be the texture of the dinosaur right there. So this is what a baby Grunkle would feel like. And I just love all of the photo props they have around. But here's your preferred annual pass. Just a little subliminal there for you. So at the end of all good attractions, you have your gift shop. So in this particular store, they have Shrek merchandise. All of the things you could need there. They have a whole Lego wall over here. They have a Universal theme park, the exhibition shirt with the Franklin Institute on there. Universal theme parks. They have bags. They have a drawstring bag there. That's coming in at $40. The tea is $30. They do have magnets. They have lanyards. They have decals. They have mugs. You see the shot glasses here are $11. The mugs are $20. The water bottles are $45. And over here they have a wall of Minion. And then they have a wall for Toothless. And here's your wall of Nintendo. Then you have your horror wall. You have posters. You have a tarot deck. You have plushies. You have Jaws. And of course, they have a wall of Wizarding World, Gryffindor. Notice there's no other house represented here, just Gryffindor. So down on the first floor here is the collections gallery and also the planetarium. So we've stopped in to see the collections. And we were greeted by the sight of this. Is this a locomotive? Let's go find out. So this is the Baldwin or a Baldwin locomotive. Oh my goodness. So I'm assuming you needed coal. And to know what all of these gauges and gadgets and gizmos do. So one of the things that Philadelphia is doing for the 250th is independent artworks. And this is one of the 52 weeks of firsts that'll be around the city. Okay, we're going to take a quick spin around the gift shop for the museum itself. It's nice, light, and bright and airy in here. They have soccer balls. They have all sorts of merchandise as far as postcards, magnets, hoodies, t-shirts. This is always fun, the freeze-dried food. This is space station and stuff. Yeah, at the Kennedy Space Center, we got some of those. We got the ice cream. They have toys. They have plushies. They have t-shirts for the littles. They have the VR science lab. They have ear tubes. They've got all sorts of science games for your littles. They even have a little sale section here. The discounts taken at the register. I don't know by how much, but these are originally marked as $80. Then you have a whole plushies with outfits. And then, of course, you have your books over here. Here we have a whole section on America since 1776. Again, keeping in mind that they are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States this year, here in Philadelphia in a big way. So we just turned this shirt over and look, it's like a tour t-shirt. It shows when each state joined the Union. That's really cool. So, was the Universal exhibit at the Franklin Institute worth our time? We thought so. It was a fun way to kick off our Philly 250th trip, and the museum itself gave us plenty to explore beyond this special exhibit. But this was only the beginning. Next time, we'll head into Philly's historic district to visit Independence Hall, the Museum of the American Revolution, and several of the sites that played a role in America's founding. If you're planning a visit to Philly for America's 250th anniversary celebration, let us know what you're most looking forward to seeing. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, no matter where your next adventures take you, we hope that you enjoy the journey. Bye now.